Russell Brand built a career on chaos. Born in Essex in 1975, his rise from stand-up comedian to television provocateur was defined by wit, flamboyance, and an almost feral hunger for attention. His early career was a car crash of brilliance and addiction, a man so desperate to be seen that he became his own spectacle. Heroin, sex, and self-destruction were his brand before he discovered the power of rebranding itself. By the mid-2000s, Brand had become a household name in Britain. His razor-sharp comedy, rapid-fire intellect, and irreverence toward authority turned him into the enfant terrible of British entertainment. But behind the theatrical vocabulary and pseudo-revolutionary posturing lay a performer who always understood that controversy was currency. When his Saxgate scandal erupted in 2008, after he and Jonathan Ross made lewd calls to actor Andrew Sachs on air, the public backlash should have ended his career. Instead, it fueled the next incarnation of Russell Brand, the contrite, misunderstood genius turned Hollywood import. Hollywood embraced him as a British oddity, the manic, self-aware hedonist typecast perfectly in films like Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Get Him to the Greek. Fame, wealth, and marriage to pop star Katy Perry followed, but sobriety stripped away the reckless charm that had once shielded him. Without drugs or alcohol, Brand sought new intoxications, and he found them in ideology, spirituality, and self-importance. The addict became the preacher. In the 2010s, Brand's transformation into a self-proclaimed revolutionary was rapid and theatrical. He launched The Trues, a YouTube series where he railed against capitalism, corporate media, and the political class. He spoke like a prophet, quoting philosophers, mixing mysticism with class struggle, and selling rebellion as performance art. To disillusioned millennials, he seemed like the rare celebrity who got it. But what Brand really mastered was the theater of dissent, rage packaged as enlightenment. His call for revolution, his refusal to vote, and his messianic tone drew criticism even from genuine activists. When challenged, he retreated behind vague mysticism, offering transcendence instead of strategy, platitudes instead of plans. The Spartan would have stood firm, disciplined, and rooted in truth. Brand wavered, contradicted himself, and sought applause from both sides of every argument. What he sold was rebellion without risk, an aesthetic of resistance designed for clicks and applause. As accusations of sexual assault emerged in 2023, which he has denied, the myth of Brand as a moral crusader began to unravel. His public defense was not that of a man of courage or humility, but of one doubling down on persecution narratives and conspiratorial victimhood. The once leftist radical suddenly found sanctuary in the right-wing online ecosystem he had spent years deriding. Overnight, the spiritual revolutionary of Notting Hill became the martyr of Rumble, claiming censorship, persecution, and deep state targeting. It was a metamorphosis not of belief, but of Brand strategy. For all his talk of awakening and truth, Russell Brand has never endured hardship with the discipline of a Spartan. His struggles were marketable crises, always narrated through the lens of his own mythology. When a Spartan falls, he rises with humility and resolve, forged by self-awareness and purpose. Brand, by contrast, turns every downfall into performance. His addiction, his controversies, even his accusations become props in the grand theater of self-reinvention. Brand's transformation into a born-again Christian and moral commentator marks the latest in a long line of costume changes. The robes of redemption fit neatly over the ego of the performer, who cannot bear silence. His new gospel borrows the language of light and love, yet beneath the surface remains the same impulse. Control the narrative, center the self, sell the awakening. Even his supposed exile from mainstream platforms has been leveraged into a new kind of celebrity, the persecuted truth-teller, fighting the machine from his mansion. What makes Russell Brand a paper Spartan is not his intellect or his charisma, both of which are undeniable. It is his refusal to live the virtues he so loudly preaches. A Spartan's strength lies in austerity, honor, and truth. Brand's power lies in spectacle, contradiction, and deflection. He speaks of love, but thrives on outrage. He denounces corruption while cashing in on controversy. He claims persecution while monetizing it. And through it all, he never stops performing. Russell Brand has spent decades playing every role but one, the man who stops acting. His life is an endless war against obscurity, not injustice. In every new incarnation, he promises enlightenment, but delivers entertainment. The Spartan path requires stillness, discipline, and integrity. Brand's path has always led back to the mirror. Order the Spartan Mindset today and embark on your journey toward becoming the leader your world needs. Let your struggles forge you into a warrior of character and resolve. The Spartan Mindset provides a comprehensive and actionable guide to personal development and resilience. Available now for just $19.99. Purchase your copy from the links in the description box below and on this channel's homepage, because your future begins with the right mindset. The Spartan Mindset.